What's going on, guys? Today I have another very special video for you. We are going to be talking about one of my favorite stocks in the stock market right now, and that is Meta Platforms. And recently there's been some commercials and other things coming out about their new partnership that they have formed with Ray-Ban. And there's been some news about this partnership over the last year or so about what they're coming out with and what they're doing. But this is one of the first kind of releases of actual technology that they've came up with. And I think it's interesting to look into and really get a feel for where Meta is going to be going in the future with the metaverse. So that is what we're going to get into in this video. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below. And if you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that sub button. Let's start off by taking a look at Meta's chart. So here today, they were up 2.53%. Over the last 5 days, the move gets even more insane. You can see that they were up 11.40% just over the last 5 days. And in the last month, they are up 36.02%. This is absolutely an insane move for a stock of Meta's size. You can see that they were down around $91 and now they are above $120 in just over a month. So that is absolutely an insane month. When we look at the last 6 months, they're still down 36.43%. So still a long ways to go to get back to kind of some of these more normal levels. And then over the last year, even more down than that, you can see 61.15% down. When I first typed in Meta stock, I saw this article pop up and I thought it was very funny and very relatable to what we're talking about. So basically this article is going over some of an event that recently came out and some of the comments about the event. And one of the comments and what the article is actually titled is, "This VR still looks crap to me, honestly." So basically they're talking about, again, this picture and kind of an ongoing joke with the metaverse of how bad the graphics are within the metaverse. And really what it comes down to is honestly the characters within the metaverse. They don't have a whole lot of detail. If you actually look at the skyline back here and some of the details in the background, it actually doesn't look too terrible. Obviously not great. It could be 100% better, but the characters just look kind of funny and out there. And I think a lot of people look at this and when they're making comments like this, they think the metaverse is a VR play. But at the end of the day, the real value that's going to come from all of this is actually in AR, augmented reality. I've talked about this before in the past, but the potential to have screens and advertisements and things pop up in people's everyday lives and basically integrate a smartphone into a pair of glasses or even something as small as a contact lens, that is going to present the huge amount of value that Meta is betting on over the future and that Apple even sees as a potential threat to their smartphone business because they are clearly starting to look into building out a headset division and competing along with the metaverse. So there's clearly a lot more value in actually AR than in VR. And this partnership with Ray-Ban really starts to get into some of that AR potential that there is with the metaverse and everything going on there. So this here, we can see Ray-Ban Stories is what it's called, smart glasses designed to keep you in the moment. So they can show, you can kind of see the classic Ray-Ban picture here, and they have cameras integrated right now just into the frame. So this is kind of a very initial step in my opinion. What I really want to see is them start expanding a lot of their headset technology to start integrating into the lens a lot of that VR capability into actually augmenting people's reality. So I think that's where this is all headed, is basically merging the two sectors that we're kind of seeing a glimpse of right now into one in the near future. And you can see here some of the different colors and options and designs that they have. So they have kind of the classic Ray-Ban designs here, all kind of integrated between with the technology. And then what's interesting is, again, they start getting into some of the capabilities of it. So see it, film it, a simple tap or voice command lets you take high quality photos and videos so you can capture the moment without missing the moment. So basically more integrating so people aren't always staring at their phone, right? That's oftentimes what you'll see is people will go to a concert or go to whatever it may be. And basically, you know, you got to take out your phone, you got to scroll through your apps, you got to unlock your phone, and then you got to hold it up in front of your face and try and capture this low quality image of, you know, what's actually going on. And here, you know, it's integrated perfectly in. So you just basically speak to it or tap and it'll start capturing a video right away. So a lot more integratable into your life than a smartphone is. So on top of the camera capabilities, you also have the ability to listen to Spotify, make phone calls, send messages. So basically what they're trying to do, what Meta is really targeting, is every capability that you currently have with a smartphone, they're trying to integrate into a pair of glasses. And that's clearly kind of the route that they're taking. And it will be very interesting over time to see how well that performs, because what I really see happening is first they're starting with this pair of glasses, which obviously there's still some improvements that need to be made. Obviously, Ray-Ban has done actually a very good job of actually making it look like a classic pair of Ray-Bans, which is absolutely huge for the style aspect of something like this and this piece of technology. But over time, it will be very interesting to see if they can even integrate that technology into something as small as a contact lens, because that is where this gets very, very interesting, is when people can wear technology, wear devices that can make phone calls, listen to music, send messages, anything like that, into something so small that nobody even knows you have it on you, and it's just very easy to integrate into your everyday life. There are really two things that Meta is trying to do with this play. The first is obviously the digital play that we've talked about so far. So integrating augmented reality into people's lives. Again, the biggest thing from that, and kind of coinciding with what Meta's business has been thus far, is the ad space. So being able to put ads in front of people no matter where they're at, no matter what they're doing. If they have a metaverse type of glass that can augment their reality, then Meta can basically display ads to them wherever they're at and whatever they're doing. The second play is the hardware space. So Meta over the last year to 2 years has been really hurt by Apple and their control over iOS and different software systems. And what that has really done, and as Mark Zuckerberg has actually talked about this in the earnings call, is somewhere around $10 billion they're projecting that they are losing just because of Apple's changes in their privacy policy. And that is obviously a huge number and going to have a huge effect on Facebook and Meta and the metaverse and everything like that. So them taking over and having their own technology, their own hardware that they can actually run apps and run systems on is going to be absolutely massive, because if they can do that and execute that in a very effective way, that will create and allow them to have control over their own apps. And again, if that's a $10 billion opportunity, then that is going to be huge over the coming years and going to compound even more on top of itself as they basically add more and more apps to the metaverse and different capabilities within the metaverse and everything like that. So that is going to balloon to even more than $10 billion over the next 10 to 15 years as this technology advances. So overall, these are really just the first few steps in where the metaverse is actually going. Obviously, I think this has been actually executed very well. The Ray-Ban glasses look just like what you'd expect Ray-Bans to look like. They didn't come out with something funky and weird looking like the Snapchat glasses that you've never even probably heard of. But it's honestly just, again, the first steps in kind of integrating the metaverse into this technology. And really they're, pursuing these two separate paths right now of VR versus AR. And I think at some point in the hopefully next 5-ish years, they'll start integrating the two more and more together and expanding that line, because that, in my opinion, is where the opportunity is at. So overall, I am a shareholder of Meta stock. I do like the company for the long term. So take that into consideration. Do not make decisions just because some random guy on YouTube is telling you about a stock. Do your own research, make your own choices. And if you like a stock, buy a stock. If you don't like a stock, don't buy a stock. So overall, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And if you want to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that sub button. And as always, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day.